Hey, Mario, where are you going? Oh, you're going there? Okay. Oh, that worked? What? No way. Okay, that was sick. Yesterday, we held a poll in the stream, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, pick out of these 6 Mario world records that were broken last week, please take a pick at which one you would like to watch together on stream. And your choice was, drumroll please, coming in with a landslide victory, Super Mario Galaxy. Now, it does say Switch, but as it turns out, the Switch and Wii U records were both broken last week. So, we're going to do the Wii U one. Now, here's the interesting thing about Mario is that Mario is slower than Luigi. Luigi's better for Galaxy any percent because they can do a lot of the tricks and stuff, but something that's happened recently, in fact, I actually kind of want to show you something really cool. They have this handy-dandy little world record chart. The interesting thing about this is that you can kind of see how it's progressed over time. Like, Speedrunning Galaxy wasn't that popular at the beginning, and Galaxy tends to go through these, like, history patterns of, like, the runners of the game are all really tight-knit, right? They're really good friends. And so they tend to do the same categories at the same time. So, like, they'll all do Galaxy Luigi any percent, and then they'll switch over to Galaxy Mario any percent. Then maybe they all jump over to Galaxy 2 and do Galaxy 2 any percent for a while. And you can kind of see that with the world records here. You see, like, all of the records were, like, set in this chunk of time, and then there's, like, a gap. And then there's another chunk of time where they're breaking world records, and then there's a gap. Around here, this point right here, this gap right here, is when people started discovering two-player. Two-player strategies are on the same leaderboard as one-player runs. As a result of the two-player strategies, a lot of the things that were hard to do on one player are now completely trivial, and a lot of the things that were impossible with one players are now possible to do. So from this point onwards, there was just like a drastic decrease in the world record until we get to the record that we have today, which is 2:24:37 set by Rockin last week. So we're going to go ahead and watch that one. This is my first time watching this, by the way. I'll try and provide as much knowledge as I can. There's some things about Galaxy that I do know, but some of this stuff is going to probably surprise me as well. One of the interesting things, one of the reasons that Luigi is faster is because Mario has to sit through all of this. If you've played Galaxy, you know that you start the game as Mario. Mario is the main adventure. Once you collect 120 stars as Mario, you unlock Luigi, and Luigi kind of just plays the same game, but gets to skip this entire cutscene, this whole, you know, running to the castle bit at the beginning. And then the other one is that Luigi just jumps higher, jumps farther. He's just generally better at everything. Is the runner using 2 Wii remotes simultaneously? Yes, so the first thing you'll notice immediately is that when the cursor is on screen, there's actually 2 cursors side by side. 2-player is utilized in the speedrun because 2-player has advantages. The main advantage to 2-player is that you get another cursor, which means that your overall area of spread on the screen to collect star bits and stuff is higher. It means that it's easier to collect them. The other advantage, and probably the more powerful advantage to 2-player, is that 2-player also has like a jump button on the second controller that you're going to be seeing utilized a lot in this speedrun. So this is where the game would usually pick us up if we select Luigi at the very beginning. So already you can see like 5 minutes of time that would just not exist in the Luigi category. And as far as like these 2 players controllers being used at the same time, it is just one person. It's just Rockin using the controllers. The controllers, like, some people will actually like tape Velcro strips to the insides of their Wii remotes and just like Velcro them together so that they're easier to handle. There's a 2-player jump right there. So making that jump is not as easy on 1-player because you kind of have to jump with maximum height and everything. You can just use the 2-player jump to do ridiculous things. Like, the 2-player jump is pretty dang close to the height of like a triple jump. And the best part is that you can do the 2-player vault after you've jumped. Like, you can do it in the air. So you can see some ridiculous height happen because of the 2-player jumps. Nutty. Back in the days when I used to speedrun this game, back when 1-player was like a still viable option to use, we had to used to like save that Luma. We had to go and kill a Goomba and get the key back and all that, but you can just do a triple jump into that 2-player vault and just end up on the second planet. That's also kind of a cool little cutscene skip. If you jump, I think you have like a couple of frames of leeway, like right when you land in this planet. You can jump and completely avoid talking to the Lumas at all. Save a little bit of time. Does playing on Wii U versus Wii help with load times? That's a great question. This is Galaxy Any Percent on the Wii U. The Wii and the Wii U are put on the same leaderboard. The Switch is on a separate leaderboard for a couple of different reasons. Playing on the Wii U is the best. If there is a version of this game that you want to play on to get the fastest times, it's the Wii U Japanese Virtual Console version, because if you're loading directly from the Wii U console, you are saving a lot of time in loading. Somewhere in the ballpark of like 3 minutes for any percent, which is actually kind of insane. Also, the Japanese text is just a little bit faster than the English text it's scrolling as well, just to kind of compound a little extra time save. Korean is the fastest language choice for the Switch version. If you were doing the Switch version, you'd choose Korean. For anybody who's unfamiliar with the Any Percent speedrun of Mario Galaxy, the idea is that you just have to reach the credits. There aren't any major sequence breaks in this run. There's nothing that's gonna like be able to skip an entire dome or skip an entire boss or something like that. We have to play all of the levels, and we have to get 60 stars. And there is no real way around that. So the majority of the fast skips that you're going to see are going to be contained within levels. You're not going to see them outside of levels. You're going to see them within the levels. For that reason, that's why this speedrun is so long. That's why the speedrun is almost 2.5 hours long, is because there's no real sequence breaking. There's no backwards long jumps to avoid having to collect any stars at all, for example. Yeah. You can see that 2-player also has the ability to, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, shake enemies and shake bushes and stuff to reveal star bits better. That's what that little twinkle noise is every time. You can see that they're also, like, stopping the rocks from moving and stuff like that. Like, this is all stuff that one player cannot do, and it is extremely busted. The 2-player vaults are so nuts, dude. Like, what was all of that? I don't even know. I don't even know what I just watched. Rockin is employing the all of my split colors are just green strategy, so it just, you never have to look at red numbers. Brilliant. This is one of the very first, like, broken levels in this game, and you're about to see why. Of course, excluding all of the 2-player vaults, because that's already pretty busted. It just trivializes everything, man. It's not even fair. And he's up. The entire level just disintegrated. There's no reason to play anything. All right, this is where things get interesting. Space Junk 1, some interesting stuff happens here. And yeah, cancel that. Oh, it didn't quite work. It's actually kind of crazy how quickly they're able to set that up. That works. That works. We take those. That skips an entire section where you're trying to, like, build shards. Like, you have to get 5 star shards. Oh, of course, of course. I was like, whoa, he's, like, really, really far back on the platform, but then the 2-player vault. So this level has a boss fight against Camella. Is it Camella? I think it's Camella, right? There is actually a manipulation that Rockin did before the run to manipulate this fight so that they get the RNG, quote-unquote RNG, that they want. So you're going to notice that in this fight, Camella is always throwing green shells first. That is not how this fight usually goes. Usually for this fight, they'll throw either 1 or 2 fireballs in every phase before throwing the green shells. But no problems here, just green shells all the way down. All right, so they do the Space Junk 3 route. Wait, what? Was that just a battery issue? What just happened there? Oh, it was a nunchuck thing. You know, I've never actually had that happen to me in a run. I've had my controllers die, but I've not had the nunchucks disconnect. Love that. Love that, by the way. You're supposed to, like, there's, like, 2 layers to that section, right? You're supposed to, like, go underneath. But you don't have to do that. You can kind of just, like, crouch and spin at the right time, and it just activates the warp star. So Battle Rock 1 has a out of bounds movement skip. This is supposed to be an auto scroller. If you're playing on 2-player with Mario, you can actually do this instead, assuming they're going to go for it. Yep, here we go. Does he get it? Oh, no, he didn't get it. That's too bad. So, unfortunately, we're not going to see it this first time. But luckily, we actually have to play this level twice. So, there will be another opportunity for this. The setup for this is actually really impressive. I'm surprised that he's able to reset it that many times. This is, if you couldn't tell, this is just a repeat of Space Junk 1, except there's a timer at the bottom of the screen, which is really scary. I don't know if he's going to make it in time. Also, what the heck was that? That was nuts. That movement was insane. Oh no, he has 3 minutes left, chat. Is he going to... No, he's fine. He's fine. The reason I like Speedrunning Galaxy, personally, is because I feel like whenever I play it, it's just like it's basically just a glitch showcase. I feel like it's just a trick showcase. I'll be playing through Galaxy and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's this level. I love this level. It's got this trick. And I'm like, I say that as if it's the only one, but it's not. It feels like every level you play, you're like, oh yeah, this trick's coming up. Oh right, this trick. Oh right, this. It's like, are we going to ever play the level properly? No. The answer is no, we're not. You never actually play the level correctly. Of course, that comes with its own downside, so here we go. Yep, don't have to go in the hole, don't have to do anything. You just jump off the side, land on the rails. So there's upsides and downsides to a game being really, like, I guess using the physics to break them. It comes with its downsides, though. The one downside to a game like that is if you miss a trick, it usually loses you a lot of time. It's very common for runners to not be very close to their sum of best. Their sum of best being, like, their absolute best possible time. Just because, you know, if you miss a trick, then setting it back up again usually loses you a lot. Sometimes you'll die if you miss a trick. Speaking of dying, they're going to do it here on purpose. Oh no, they killed Mario. How tragic. Oh no. Oh, okay. I don't remember them being here. Little known fact, if you smack Bowser in the face, you actually you sequence break the fight a little bit. Save a couple seconds. One of the best songs in the game, by the way. That is actually a lot trickier than it looks. So what Rockin did there is sequence broke the fight, skipped the phase where Bowser's throwing fire everywhere, but also, usually when you do that, you fly backwards. So Rockin is able to position themselves like right underneath Bowser somehow and do that spin attack so that he doesn't go flying. It's very tricky to set up an angle where that works, but they're making it look very easy. And the fight is over just like that. Super easy. All right. It's time to go to the kitchen. Boing. No. That's gotta hurt. Is Mario faster in the water? No, Mario and Luigi are, I think, the same speed in the water, but Luigi loses his breath every time he does a spin attack, whereas Mario doesn't. That's the only downside to playing as Luigi, basically, by the way, is that when Luigi is doing the spin attack in the water to go fast, he's losing breath really quickly. But that's honestly, like, that's the balance. That's the balance patch for Luigi. Otherwise, very small price to pay for the fact that he can jump higher and farther and run faster. He's just better at everything. Yeah, Luigi, I guess another downside to Luigi is that he, for some reason, decided to show up to Galaxy with, like, olive oil on the bottom of his shoes. So he's a little bit slippery, but it's actually really easy to counter that. 2-player? Oh, I don't think... Actually, maybe you can't use 2-player for that jump. That is very hard to do with Mario, by the way. Remember we were talking about how shortcuts in this game just trivialize everything? And, like, you might be looking at a level and, like, rubbing your hands together like, ooh, I can't wait to play this level, and then speedrunners just do something that ruins that, I guess. This is a great example of that. So the first part they have to play normally. You got to collect the 5 star shards so that you can create a warp star and go to the next area. And so we're approaching the second section where we got to do it again, get in a bubble. Instead, Mario... Or you just don't play the level. So up at this next part, you're supposed to use the cataquack to, like, launch yourself up into the star over there. But, I mean, you've been watching by now. You know how this goes. How about fuck that noise? Now, this part is really interesting. You ready for this? Hey, Mario, where are you going? Oh, you're going there? Okay. Oh, that worked? What? No way. Okay, that was sick. I was not expecting that to work. Very impressive. Holy crap. Can you explain that? I'll try my best. The idea is that the collision doesn't exist underneath the floor in that area, except for in some places. Rockin landed on the places in the floor that you could land on and used the collision in a very creative way to stay within the wall, inbounds but also kind of out of bounds, and maneuver yourself like around that area, basically following the wall so that you stay inbounds and out of bounds. Because if you clip too far one way or one like too far the other way, then you go inbounds one way or the other and then you lose. All right. Are you ready for this level? Long Jump Simulator. This is the coolest thing you're going to see all day. Yeah, he's going to long jump, and then he's going to long jump, and he's going to long jump, and he's going to long jump, and then he's going to long jump, and then he's going to long jump, and he's going to turn, and then he's going to long jump, 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 and then he's going to long jump, 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 and 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 then he's going to long jump again, and then he's going to long jump, and then he's going to do a double jump, and then, get this, he long jumped again. Crazy. Wild. Rockin's going to do something a little different. Also, that's a little known thing that not very many people know about. If you hold Z and then press A, like right when it says go, you can do that. Also, yeah, you can just jump off the side, and there's the star. Wow, look at that. Where did that come from? Who put that there? Wow. Cheating in my children's video game? I would never do that. All right, back to the kitchen. Ooh, he did that twice. Oh, man. That's so sad. Also, this level is crazy. This level is nuts. So I think they're able to do the strats with Mario. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, especially if you have that. Yeah, of course. Try again. Try again. Okay, third try's the charm, right? Oh, nice. Whew. Look at that. So this fight is, like, you can do this fight the same way every time, but it is very, very difficult to do. Also, this game has, like, a really bad tendency of, like, making the shells get thrown in a direction that you weren't anticipating. First 3 throws are down, though. Really well done. And then immediately 2 throws afterwards. That was really, really good. That was really good. Oh, got the jump off. Let's go. So that might have looked like nothing, but in most of the galaxies, not every single one, but most of the galaxies, at the very start, what usually happens is you land and you do like a celebration, right? Mario's like, we're here, welcome to the galaxy. If you press jump on the exact frame that you land on the ground, sometimes you can skip that and Mario can start moving right away, which means that you can save about a second in every single level just from having good reaction. A lot of runners will probably just mash. All right, so they're going to try it again. This is the level, remember, that you can skip this auto-scroller part. Very difficult with Mario. Oh, just missed. Oh, no, and you die if you miss? Oh, that's so sad. No way. Oh, that's risky then, huh? Whee! This is what I mean when this game is busted, by the way. Easy little skip. Nice. Wait, what? What, you can do that? You can do that with two-player? No way! Aw, that saves like 10 seconds. That's nuts. Usually you have to wait for them to, like, slam down. Not in two-player. You can just freeze them. Back to Freeze Flame, though. Freeze Flame 3. Okay, this one's also pretty fun. This is, like, the perfect example of game design. I don't know her. It's just, like, every part of this level, speedrunners are just like, how about we don't do that? So the first part is, like, a ring. You have to, like, traverse the ring on the one side and then on the other. Yeah, just doesn't even, yeah. Just jump around it because, yeah. So gotta love that. And then the second part, you lower this gate, you go from a song of ice to a song of fire, and you're supposed to do some stuff in the background here. But not gonna do that, just gonna jump over the fence. And boom. Long jump back. So this part up here, there's like a whole platforming section that you're supposed to do. But you're gonna see that we're gonna ignore primarily all of it. And we're just gonna do this instead. Up here, you're supposed to destroy that snowman with fire. Don't need to worry about that. You can just two-player jump all the way to the top, and then you win. It's done. You're just done. He climbed the mountain. It's done. There was a mountain there, actually. All right, let's see. What kind of skip do they do? They already turned their camera. Interesting. I'm not sure if that was... Okay, yeah, here we go. So they're turning their camera so that they can do this. Oh my goodness, man. And there's no two-player jump in that part at all. Like, you just long jump. That was insane. I was never able to figure that out. I don't know what makes that trick work to do the long jump off the top like that, but holy moly, that was cool. All right, this level is some serious business. I don't know how runners discovered this trick in this galaxy. I don't know why it works. I don't know what it's about, but you know what? I'm just going to let it speak for itself, maybe, because it's pretty nuts. Mario, where are you going? You have to do this part as regular B Mario, so I'll take this moment to explain. If you are facing directly upwards, and you go neutral on the control stick, you jump off the honey, and you shake, for some reason that makes Mario just, like, shoot upwards. Just fly upwards through the stage. He's going to do it again here. A couple of times to get all of the maximum height out of it that he can. Oh, I'm actually... Oh, you used the beetle. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, you got to be facing directly upwards. You jump and then you shake immediately, and you just get this, like, wicked speed and wicked height up the level. And I don't know why it works, but it's nuts, and it breaks that level apart completely. Makes it super fast. This level is one of my favorites. I always, whenever I speedrun this game, I always point out this level, and I always say it's one of my favorites, as long as everything goes right. Because there's just, like, nothing in this level gets played the way that you're supposed to play it at all. It's great. It's wonderful. Like, kind of avoid all of this anti-grav, or, like, the gravity-changing stuff. You do a triple jump up here instead of using the platforms. Yep. God, I love that. Wow, what is that? Come on. Oh, that was just like a cheeky little bit of icing on the cake, you know what I mean? All right, Gold Leaf 2. Another example of completely avoiding gameplay at all costs. And I love it for that. I love this star so much. So I'm going to squash the Cataquack, I guess. And just, oh, I guess the two-player jump, right? Two-player jump again. Can you do another two-player jump here? Probably, right? Yep. Trivializes that jump for sure. That's a really hard one to do on one player. Oh, very smart. Yeah, use the other Cataquack. Very nice. All right, check this out. So this entire planet is about, like, you're supposed to grab a bee suit. Yeah. Can't even get the explanation out in time. Yep. Just do that. Forehead. You're going to see some more two-player jumps here. I'm almost sure of it. Uno, dos, tres. Yep. Boing. Yep. Nice. Mm-hmm. And two-player jump. Nice. I'm sorry, was there like a stage there? I don't think there was, actually. You're lying. Also, if you don't enter the arena correctly, you can just do this. So you're supposed to, like, be fighting a boss that's, like, shooting stuff at you. But because you never entered that loading zone, that loading trigger just never happened. And the boss gets confused and just sits there and lets you ground pound it 3 times. Now, here's the most striking part about this level. This boss has a lot of platforming challenges all over it, as you can see. You're supposed to traverse it, and the gravity changes. But we don't have time for that. We really don't. Instead, we're going to go up the side. Nice. Really clean. Well done. Some more... Yeah, some more two-player shenanigans preventing that enemy from ever using the laser. Beauty. Two-player makes collecting all these star bits really easy. It's going to be important. Mainly because they do need some more star bits for a level later on. Oh, what was that? Hello? Okay, two-player jump. Calm down, please. That was something. That was nice. Oh, yeah, of course. You don't even need to use the screw if you have the two-player. Nice, dude. This is what's called surface swimming. And surface swimming is really handy. If the surface of the water that you're swimming in is, like, nice and flat, you can get away with some pretty crazy stuff, as you're about to see. He goes fast. He goes fast. Now, like I said, the surface of the water has to be nice and flat and smooth. This part, the water's kind of jagged and, like, hard to do, so you do have to go into the water for this part here. And you'll notice that as Mario's doing the spin attack, they're not losing any air at all. That's the difference between Mario and Luigi. Luigi basically almost dies in this part. Ooh, and got the surface swim right away. Look at that. You just skim across the surface of the water like it's nothing, man. Also, in order to do this, he is shaking his controller just nonstop. Like, if there is any break in shaking your controller, then it'll break the surface swim and you'll have to start it over. Now, it used to be that there was a skip in Buoy Base that was only possible as Luigi, but with the introduction of two-player strats, it is now possible with both characters. And you're about to see why in just a second. Now, this part, you're supposed to collect 5 of the blue shards in order for like a pole star to appear so that you can access the next planet. But instead of that, you can just do a two-player jump and get to it instead. This is another one of those jumps that, like, with one player is extremely difficult. Can't even be done with Mario, can only be done with Luigi. Whereas if you're playing with 2-player, it's free. That stuff that we were talking about, you know, enemies being off screen, they don't move, they don't get manipulated until they're on camera. This star is that. There are 3 like Ely boys that swim around on this planet, and you have to throw shells into all 3 of them. And the hardest part about it is that, you know, if the camera is on them, then they're going to move. So basically, right from the beginning of this level, everything that you're going to see Rockin do is done on purpose. And it's done on purpose to manipulate the eels so that there's only like 1 on camera at any given time, so that the other ones are not moving. That way they can keep track of which ones are there. Also, the use of 2-player strats means that you can just freeze the eels in place. That also helps as well. But the order of the eels is very important, because your camera has to be facing a certain way so that they're not swimming away from you. Now, this lava tube is like the bane of everybody's existence, especially if you're like a damageless runner. You hate this level. I'm going to use the lava on purpose. This is to get a damage boost so that you can just long jump through this bonsai bill. Yep, very nice. Can even stop the bullet bills with 2-player. Nice. Love to see it. Bonk. I actually think that this last Bowser fight is probably the easiest out of all of them. Oh, wait. Is that a strat? Did he just stop Bowser from, like, jumping away or something? Is that what just happened there? All right. So what he's doing here is standing in a perfect spot, jump over the first 2 lasers, take damage from the 3rd. That actually stops Bowser from rolling so that they do their jump dive attack immediately. Saves a little bit of time. Hitting Bowser's tail like that on purpose. And then same idea here. He's going to run directly towards one of these fireballs. Misses it, actually, so you're going to just wait for the roll to finish. But what you can do is you can wait for the fireball to... You can get hit by the fireball, and then Bowser will stop attacking again. But that's fine. Doesn't need that extra little time save, because this is going to come in under time. Let's go. Time stops when you collect the star at the end, by the way. That is the last input before the credits. There it is. My favorite thing to do right before collecting the star is to do a backflip instead of a long jump by accident. Don't have to worry about that this time. 2:24:37 world record by xzRockin. xzRockin. I've been getting the letters wrong this whole time. I'm sorry. I apologize. But there it is. That is the new Super Mario Galaxy any % Mario world record. There are actually a lot of people playing Galaxy right now, trying to go for world records, especially with 2-player. And as you saw in that run, there are a handful of places where the tricks just didn't go their way, and they probably lost, like, you know, 20 seconds here, 30 seconds there. That's kind of how Galaxy works. A lot of the movement in this game is actually quite easy, but the tricks are make it or break it. Like, you get the trick and you save the time, or you miss the trick and sometimes you lose, like, 30 seconds. So there is a lot of wiggle room in this run, but, like, it's the fastest in the world is Mario. So, YouTube, hey, how's it going? This was streamed live at twitch.tv. Come hang out with us. We do speedrun content every day except for Mondays and Fridays. And if you want to watch the whole run rather than just the edited YouTube version, then we do that live on stream as well. So that's pretty cool. This is not the only Mario world record that has happened this week, by the way. We do a poll every Saturday, and the winner of the poll is the one that we watch on Sunday. But for ease of convenience, I'm going to include the links of all of the world records that happened this week in the description of this video. So if you want to watch this full run without my commentary, or you want to watch any of the other Mario speedruns that broke world records this week, they're in the description below. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to my Patreon supporters for believing in what I do. It means the world to me. Patreon supporters get early access to all YouTube and TikTok content early, as well as their name in the credits of every longer video and stream. If you like what I do, I'd be humbled if you showed your support. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for updates on my future content, and I'll see you in the next one.